I use this product every single day. I do not go a day without it on. I triggered half the country who are Samsung users. There's no fingerprints, okay. I just spit everywhere. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video is going over all my Apple products, the whole collection that I have, and just giving some insight if I recommend it, if I recommend you save your money, or even if you have an older device and you see what I have and you're considering upgrading, maybe this video can help you as well. I will say that one of the devices behind me, I did purchase for school and YouTube purposes, and I haven't used it as much as I should have used it. I'm gonna go into details on where to save money, if it's worth it, especially in the insight of a college student and a smaller YouTuber. Just as a disclaimer at the very beginning, I don't want this video to come off as that I'm bragging, because I'm definitely not. I'm very thankful and fortunate to have what I have. The main reason why I want to make this video is more for insight purposes, because I love watching these videos if I'm considering upgrading to a newer device. It kind of gives me an idea of, okay, well, was it even worth the upgrade? Or if they have something that I don't have and they're like hardcore drilling it into you that you need this device, then maybe that can help me give some insight if I should invest in this device or just save my money, which is 100% how I'm wanting this video to come off. So all that being said, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. Also comment down below what your favorite Apple product is, no matter what it is, and tell me why it's your favorite and how you use it. Because I feel naked without it on, I am going to start with my Apple Watch Series 7 in the color Starlight. This is the 45mm. I use this product every single day. I do not go a day without it on. I did do an unboxing of the Series 7 Apple Watch. I was coming from the Series 5 Apple Watch in the color Midnight, I believe. I was about to say Starlight, no. With the features that was new to the Series 7 compared to the Series 5, I don't think it justified the upgrade. The features that I use on my Series 7, I used on my Series 5. So really the newer features that are included in the Series 7 just really aren't that useful for me. But if you're coming from the Series 5 and especially the Series 6, I definitely do not think that you're gonna need to upgrade. The next device that I have is my iPhone 12 Pro Max. It is in the color gold. I mean, a phone's pretty self-explanatory. With my phone, I do use it for Quizlet and Socratic, I think is how you pronounce it, and things like that. For YouTube, whenever I post a video, I do keep an eye on the analytics on my phone because I can just have it with me. I can respond to comments. Sometimes I'll be on my computer and respond to comments, but most of the time it's typically on my phone. Whenever I am editing the video or like uploading it, and then I will go on my phone and then update the tags through an app that I have, and it kind of helps to see like how certain tags are performing. But I think it's self-explanatory. If you're watching this, you most likely have an iPhone. If you don't, I highly recommend it because iPhones are far superior than Samsungs. I triggered half the country who are Samsung users. The next devices that I have, I'm just gonna go with both of them because they're pretty much the same thing. It is my AirPods first generation and my AirPods Pro. AirPods are 100%, if you buy them and you're in college or doing YouTube, you will use them. You will get your money's worth out of them. It's pretty self-explanatory. The first generations worked great. Now with the AirPod Pros, I love these things so much. They have like a soundproof mode. Basically, it cuts out all sound around you. So if I'm walking and I'm on the phone and I'm in construction at my campus, which seems to be doing a lot of that recently, I turn on silent mode and then I can hear the conversation or the video I'm watching or just my music by Adele. You can get away with whatever you have, but if you are looking to upgrade to the AirPods, I definitely recommend those. The next device I have is the iPad Pro 12.9. This thing is huge. It's very handy if you're wanting to take notes on this device because it's pretty much the same size as a piece of notebook paper. This is the 2018 iPad Pro. This device works just as good as day one. It has the ProMotion display, so it's so smooth. It doesn't lag at all. There's no issues with it. And for the people who are like, well, but you only have one camera back here versus three, I can count how many times I have held up a 13-inch iPad like a mom at a soccer game during a lecture taking pictures of the board, and it's 0. I've never done that. I think actually no, I did it once just to be funny. So I definitely don't use the camera. The camera to me has no use. While we are on the topic of the iPad, I also have the Apple Pencil 2nd generation. You just click click it to the side. In college, I take 100% of my notes on the iPad. When I'm not using Canva to edit my thumbnails, I do use Procreate on my iPad. So if you are in college or making YouTube videos, you will use this, especially if you have the right apps. If you want more details about it, I can make another video. Also, and you are probably wondering if you have seen my iPad Air unboxing from the M1 chip, the 2022 iPad Air. You're probably wondering why I don't have that behind me, and that is because I got rid of it. During school, I had so much use with it, and then once summer hit and enrollment happened, I realized I was going to be spending more time on campus, so I did get rid of it. It was a beautiful device. It worked great, but it was not as fast as my 2018 iPad Pro, which was very crazy because I would have thought with the M1 chip it would have at least been comparable in speed, but with the ProMotion display that the iPad Pro has, side by side, you can definitely tell there is a slight lag on the iPad Air when you're writing on your notes app. And honestly, I didn't see the use in having both of them. And if I had to get rid of one of them, it was going to be the iPad Air because there wasn't a lot of use for it. On the note of purchases that I regret, I'm so sorry. It's the 2021 M1 chip iMac. I have put limited miles on my computer. I don't have much use for it, especially if I have a MacBook with me. Do not get me wrong, I'm very thankful for this computer. I use it. I just don't use it as much as I should for the price that I spent on it. The most time that I get use out of it is actually during like big projects or finals week because my eyes do strain very easily. So having a bigger device to just like write papers or do some research on is very handy. I will probably end up keeping it until I graduate in December. If you are in college or trying to start YouTube and you don't know where to start, I definitely recommend the MacBook because it does everything the iMac does and it's a lot more portable. Moving on to the 2022 MacBook Air. I just did an unboxing of this, so make sure you check that video out. It is in the color Midnight. I've gotten a lot of questions about just fingerprints. I purposefully have not cleaned it because as I'm like touching it like more and more, I'm getting like my DNA all over it. The fingerprints are not as noticeable. There's no fingerprints, okay. I just spit everywhere. There's no fingerprints, but my spit is on it. So yeah, I mean, I'm like actively trying to get fingerprints on it. So keep that in mind if you are torn with the midnight color, because the midnight color does in fact get less noticeable on fingerprints. I 100% recommend this device for college students and new YouTubers because it's so powerful, and honestly you definitely don't need the M2. You can go for the M1. I know Apple still sells the M1, so do keep that in mind. I definitely get my use out of the MacBook Air. So now I kind of want to go over some of my accessories that I have for my devices. I don't have accessories for all my devices, and I wanted to share my favorite accessory hands down for my iPhone. This is the Casely PowerPod. It's in the color lilac, I believe, but since the iPhone 12 lineup is MagSafe, you just connect it and then you hit this little power button. Oh, there it goes. And then now it's charging, and you can just take this everywhere and then you can remove it and you don't have to have a bulky like battery case. It doesn't work for every case you have, so like this is another Casely case. It's just, you know, a classic case and it doesn't stick. However, I do have a MagSafe Casely case and it's this cute little marble purple, and now it sticks. So it's just this cute little moment of just, you know, beauty, and it sticks to it perfectly. So you do have to have a MagSafe case for the MagSafe little brick to work. This is the iPhone MagSafe case. So I have an Amazon silicone MagSafe. It's actually stronger than the Apple, which is really strange. The MagSafe little power pod was $60 on Casely. I believe it's like $100 on Apple. My next Apple dupe, which is the last Apple dupe I have that I'm gonna share with you, that is this little band thing. It was like $12 and the Apple version is $99. So I definitely recommend going on Amazon and just like finding Apple dupes because you can find them, or even like small brands like Casely, because Casely has the power pod and it it looks beautiful and it's not white, versus Apple just has white and maybe black, but I'm not 100% sure. So definitely look into other brands other than Apple. I love Apple, like, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I can't afford the $100, you know, brick and $100 watch band. So just keep your eye open for other products. Alrighty guys, and that'll be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. Also comment down below what your favorite Apple product is, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.